Hi, Dan here from Humboldt, and I'm here with Bill. Bill, you're in the sales department, so I know you deal with residential customers on a daily basis, and one of the things that you've mentioned before is that you get a lot of calls from people looking to move locally, really, the same day that they're doing their closings with their realtors, and I know that's something you talk through. I mean, can you kind of tell me how what you're hearing out there and what the advice you give people?
Sure. We take a lot of calls like that where a homeowner might be trying to manage a situation where they're going to close on a place in the morning and then they're going to close on a separate place that they're going into in the afternoon, and they'd like to somehow work the move into that whole event. And really what I try to do, quite honestly, is steer them into making that a 2-day event if at all possible. And the reason for that is that they're both really big enough events. The move and the closing both warrant so much of your time and attention that oftentimes there's less stress involved if they're handled separately. And although it sounds appealing that I'd like to load the truck and then get the paperwork done, then go over to the new place and get the paperwork done over there and then unload the truck, a lot of times that's too much to manage in one day. And really, I think the better outcome comes from having good communication with the realtors and the attorneys and the movers all the way through, and oftentimes setting it up where the closing will get done on the first place, and then they can go over and do the second closing, and oftentimes we'll deliver it the following day, and everybody's more refreshed and ready to go the following morning, and it gives the homeowner a chance to kind of settle into the new place the night before and not have, just as they're walking in the door for the first time, have the movers right behind them and asking, where does this go, where does that go? Maybe with that night in between, they can oftentimes establish where they want things to go and maybe be more prepared on the following day for delivery.
Sure. I mean, that's some sound advice, and obviously we know that closings and sometimes these processes don't flow as smoothly as we'd like, and
Right.
breaking it up, I mean, makes a lot of sense in terms of reducing the stress of the moves.
Right, and a big part of it too is that the move itself is usually done on an hourly schedule if it's local. So where you're paying the movers on the clock, so to speak, you don't want to have them tied up waiting for you to call them and say it's time to come over and do the delivery and have the clock running where they're literally sitting in a parking lot waiting for the furniture to come off the truck.
Yeah. Well, some great advice. I mean, something that you probably most people don't hear until they talk to the mover, and often we're the last people you talk to, but some great advice for really reducing the stress of your local move. Thanks, Bill.
Right. Thank you.